The way we find information, well, it's changing fast, almost overnight, it feels like. Artificial intelligence is just fundamentally reshaping how we all search, how we discover answers. So today, we're diving deep into a really critical strategic shift. It's called Generative AI Engine Optimization, or GEO. You might also hear it called Answer Engine Optimization, AEO. Same idea, really. Our mission here in this deep dive is basically to equip you, our listener, with a shortcut, a real shortcut to understanding this profound shift. We're aiming to hand you the playbook, to make sure your brand, your expertise stays visible, stays authoritative in this new AI-driven world. We've spent time digging through a, frankly, huge stack of reports, the latest research, and we've distilled the most important nuggets for you. Okay, so let's unpack this a bit. What exactly are we talking about when we say GEO and AEO? Because, the core problem here seems to be that traditional SEO, the stuff we've all been optimizing for years, it's just not enough anymore. Is that fair?
That's exactly right. It's not sufficient on its own now, and the data backs that up pretty starkly. A staggering 58% of informational search queries, the how do I or what is type questions, they now trigger AI overviews right at the top of the results.
58%. Wow.
Yeah. So Generative Engine Optimization, GEO, and you're right, you can use Answer Engine Optimization, AEO. Interchangeably, it's all about maximizing your digital content's reach and visibility inside these AI engines. We're talking ChatGPT, Claude, Google's SGE, Gemini, Perplexity. It's making sure your content is seen, recognized, and actually used when people ask about solutions, products, services, expertise. And the difference from traditional SEO, it's fundamental. It's almost philosophical. SEO focuses on ranking on a results page, right? GEO or AEO focuses on your content being recognized and utilized by the large language models themselves when they're putting together an answer. So it's a shift towards creating content that really serves as authoritative reference material. The AI needs to trust it.
Right. So less about just hitting keywords and more about becoming.
Yeah.
Like the source, the AI quotes.
Exactly. Earning that authority, not just gaming an algorithm.
Okay, that makes sense. It's a big shift in thinking.
Yeah.
So here's where it gets really interesting. What's the actual impact of this shift for you, the listener?
Yeah.
What are the numbers telling us? Does this actually move the needle?
Oh, absolutely. The statistics are compelling. We're seeing studies show that GEO methods can boost source visibility by up to 40% in those AI-generated responses.
40%. That's significant.
It really is. And it's not just theory. Look at Adobe Analytics. They reported AI search referrals surged by, get this, 1,300% over the 2024 holiday season.
1,300%. Seriously.
Seriously. And what's maybe even more impressive is the quality of that traffic. Visitors coming from AI search sources, they showed 8% longer on-site engagement, 12% more page views, and 23% lower bounce rates compared to traditional traffic.
So they're not just clicking, they're sticking around, they're more engaged.
Precisely. They're finding relevant answers quickly and looking ahead. This isn't some niche thing. You've got 75% of marketers expecting to use AI tools for customer responses, 44% planning to use them to create content in different languages. The writing's on the wall.
Wow. Okay. Those engagement numbers are, well, they're genuinely impressive. It's not just about showing up, it's attracting better users. But, okay, there are quite a few AI platforms out there now. What does this mean for where you should focus? How do you prioritize?
That's a key question. AI platform prioritization is crucial because the landscape, it does vary by user base, by business relevance, and importantly, by how often they cite sources. So Google AI Overviews naturally leads in sheer reach, over 2 billion users potentially seeing those. Then you have ChatGPT, which shows really high business relevance. It's got 180 million users, many actively looking for specific solutions. And Perplexity is interesting. It shows exceptional citation frequency. So for brands looking for those authoritative mentions in AI answers, Perplexity is particularly valuable. It's like getting a citation in a respected journal.
Okay, so different platforms, slightly different strength.
Exactly. And interestingly, there's a strong correlation we're seeing. Brands that rank in Google's top 10 for certain keywords, they tend to appear in ChatGPT responses about 60% of the time. But Perplexity mentions those same top-ranking brands over 75% of the time.
Ah, so that underlines something important.
It does. It underscores that while we're talking about this new GEO frontier, you absolutely still need strong foundational SEO. It's the base layer everything else builds on.
Right, okay. Foundational SEO is still table stakes.
Yeah.
But then you layer these GEO strategies on top. Makes sense. But what specific tactics actually move the needle for AI? You mentioned trust and credibility. What does the research show actually works? Are we finally past just like stuffing keywords everywhere?
Oh, absolutely. We're definitely moving beyond that. There's good academic research, actually. Places like Princeton, Georgia Tech, they tested various methods. And simple tactics like keyword stuffing. totally ineffective for AI recognition. Doesn't work.
Good riddance, maybe.
Haha, perhaps. The most impactful geotactics are really about content enhancement that signals authority and trustworthiness. So, adding statistics. That gives a 37% improvement in visibility in AI answers.
37% just for adding data?
Relevant data, yes. Adding quotations from experts or sources, 22% improvement. Even just clearly citing your sources gives a 9% boost. It shows pretty clearly that these AI engines are prioritizing content richness, credibility over those older ranking factors. Content with reputable sources, industry data, expert insights that gets preferential treatment. It helps the AI trust the answer it's giving.
So it's really about structuring content so the AI can easily understand it and, maybe more importantly, trust it. How do we actually do that? What does authoritative content look like to an AI model?
Well, for AI, the best practices involve some specific structural approaches, things that make the information digestible and verifiable. You need clear heading hierarchies. Think H1, H2, H3, like a really well-organized outline. Comprehensive FAQ sections are huge. And the format matters. Follow a question as heading format, then provide a direct, concise answer, maybe 40, 50 words, right underneath, followed by the supporting details.
Okay, direct answers first.
Exactly. Comparison tables are also excellent. They power AI responses when users ask evaluated questions, like comparing products. The AI can just pull the data easily. Generally, you want to prioritize list formats, those comparison tables you mentioned, step-by-step guides. They perform really well for AI processing. And it's also worth distinguishing between your owned content, like your company website, for specific product questions, and earned content, which is about getting citations and authoritative third-party publications for those broader, more general industry questions.
Owned versus earned. So answering direct questions on your site, but aiming for mentions elsewhere for broader authority.
Precisely. Think of it like building content that's not just informative, but inherently quotable and referenceable.
Got it. And what about the technical side? Is it still just about fast websites and mobile-friendly design, or is there more tech stuff needed for AI?
The technical side definitely builds on traditional SEO best practices, but adds layers specifically for AI. Structured data implementation is, well, it's paramount. Using schema markup, things like FAQ schema, how-to schema, article schema provides absolutely essential signals to the AI systems.
Schema markup. Okay.
Think of it like giving the AI a perfectly labeled library card for your content. It tells the AI exactly what the content is, what it's about, why it's relevant. You should really aim for like over 90% coverage with relevant schema.
90% coverage. That's comprehensive.
It is. And yes, page speed optimization, mobile-first design, clear navigation, those fundamentals absolutely remain crucial. User experience still matters, even to the AI indirectly. Then there's voice search optimization. You need to target those longer question-based phrases, the way people actually talk to AI assistants.
Like, how do I fix, not just fix?
Exactly. Internal linking strategies are also key. Connect related question-answer content together, create topic clusters. That helps guide the AI through your knowledge base. And one more thing, visual content. Don't forget visuals. Research shows something like 70% of general queries on Perplexity cite visual content. So high-quality graphics, data visualizations, they're becoming essential.
Wow, okay. This is a lot to take in. My head's spinning a little bit thinking about all these different pieces. Is there a clear, systematic way to approach this, like a roadmap to actually implement all of this stuff?
There absolutely is. And you're right, it can feel overwhelming. But a successful GEO implementation is best tackled with a phased, deliberate strategy. We've seen a 16-week, 4-phase roadmap work really well. It provides structure.
Okay, 16 weeks, 4 phases laid out for us.
Oh. Right. Phase 1 is foundation and assessment. That's weeks 1 to 4. This is where you establish your baseline measurements, do competitive intelligence, you conduct really comprehensive question research. That means systematically analyzing Google's People Also Ask section, digging into your customer support logs, social media listening. You're aiming to identify maybe 200 plus relevant questions your audience is actually asking. You also analyze competitors to see who's getting cited, which helps inform your earned mention strategy. There are even some free tools, like Graphite's AI answer tracking or HubSpot's AI search grader, that can help you get an initial assessment.
Okay, so phase 1 is understanding the landscape and the questions. Then what?
Phase 2 is content creation and optimization, weeks 5 to 8. This is where you roll up your sleeves and implement those content structure and enhancement tactics we just talked about. You know, the FAQ formatting, adding the stats, the expert quotes, making it AI ready.
Building the actual content. Got it. Phase 3.
Phase 3 is technical implementation, weeks 9 to 12. Here, the focus shifts to that technical backbone. Implementing the structured data, the schema markup across your site, ensuring mobile optimization is top-notch, refining internal linking, and also citation optimization. That's the proactive part of earning mentions in authoritative publications.
Right, the technical foundation and outreach,
Sure.
and the final phase.
Phase 4 is measurement and optimization, weeks 13 to 16. This phase is all about tracking progress, refining your strategy, and crucially, demonstrating the impact. And this is where we look at specific key performance indicators, or KPIs.
Okay, measurement. That systematic roadmap sounds incredibly thorough. And thinking about that final phase, phase 4, what's fascinating here is how we measure success. It seems like we're moving beyond just traditional website metrics, right? It's not just clicks anymore.
Exactly. You've hit on a key point. Key performance indicators for GEO are, well, they're more nuanced than just website traffic. We look at things like AI visibility scores. That's the percentage of relevant queries where your brand actually appears within an AI-generated answer. You also track platform coverage. How broadly are you being cited across different AI engines like Google, ChatGPT, Perplexity? You do citation frequency analysis. You look at featured snippet capture rates. Those little answer boxes, Google sometimes pulls directly from a page. That's still relevant.
So measuring presence within the AI answers themselves.
Precisely. But crucially, the most advanced measurement connects this to business outcomes. We're talking AI-attributed conversions and revenue tracking. This is about directly showing the business impact, the ROI of your GEO efforts, proving that the strategy isn't just about getting seen, it's about driving bottom-line growth.
Connecting the dots to actual revenue, that's powerful.
It is, and it requires continuous optimization, of course. You look at the performance data, you have monthly strategy reviews, because as we've said, the AI landscape is constantly shifting.
Yeah, that makes sense. Now, no big shift like this comes without its challenges. What should you, the listener, be mindful of? Are there common pitfalls or hurdles people run into when trying to implement GEO?
There definitely are a few common pitfalls to watch out for. One is sometimes overhyping the AI capabilities, maybe in marketing or product descriptions. That can lead to customer disillusionment if the reality doesn't quite match the hype. There's also a genuine concern among business owners. Research shows about 25% worry that AI might negatively affect their website traffic.
Cannibalizing their existing traffic.
Potentially, yeah. So finding that right balance in your optimization strategy, one that complements rather than replaces your existing channels, that's crucial. Data privacy and ethical concerns around AI are always present too. And another challenge is simply differentiation. If everyone starts optimizing for GEO, how do you make your content stand out as the most authoritative?
Right. How do you rise above the noise if everyone's doing it?
Successful GEO strategies really need to address these. That means transparency, delivering clear value, and really focusing on unique expertise and genuinely helpful content.
Okay, good points to keep in mind. So if we connect all this back to the bigger picture, what's next? Where is this all heading? What does the future hold for GEO and how AI continues to reshape, well, everything about finding information?
The landscape is evolving incredibly quickly. I mean, almost month by month. We're already seeing new platforms pop up. Like Reddit is launching Reddit Answers, using AI to search across all its community discussions. That's huge potential. We're seeing increasing social search integration. Gen Z, in particular, is actively using platforms like TikTok and Reddit, not just for entertainment, but for search and recommendations.
Searching on TikTok.
Wow.
Yeah. Looking ahead, the AI models themselves will get smarter. They'll gain more advanced reasoning capabilities. They'll be able to solve more complex problems through logical multi-step thinking. Multimodal search is another big one. AI processing images, charts, video, audio right alongside text. That's going to require much more comprehensive content strategies beyond just words on a page.
So optimizing images, videos, everything.
Everything. And we're seeing a convergence of AI chat interfaces and traditional search. That just means unified optimization strategies are going to be absolutely essential. You can't treat them as separate things. Ultimately, it comes down to continuous learning and adaptation. AI platform algorithms, their citation preferences, they will keep evolving. You have to stay on top of it.
Okay. Well, this deep dive has certainly made it crystal clear. Generative AI Engine Optimization, GEO, it's a fundamental shift. It's not just another tactic to add to the list. It really requires marketers, content creators, product folks, everyone to evolve towards creating genuinely authority-driven, citation-worthy content.
Yeah.
It really is about becoming the source, isn't it? Not just ranking on a page somewhere.
That's the perfect way to put it. Businesses that adapt quickly, that embrace these GEO principles, they stand to gain significant competitive advantages. They'll become indispensable sources for these AI engines. But those that delay, those that wait and see. They genuinely risk invisibility in these increasingly important AI-generated answers. It really is about becoming that authoritative voice that AI engines feel confident citing and recommending, positioning your brand right at the forefront of this new information economy.
A really crucial takeaway. So let's leave our listeners with a thought to chew on. What single piece of existing content could you optimize today, right now, to make it truly citation-worthy for AI? And thinking about that piece of content, what new question might it now be able to answer for an AI engine and ultimately for your audience?